even a good Facebook event like Anong had a pretty, like the Anong event was well received,
Yeah. The native
right? It
cannabis
was
show.
7:10 on a Friday,
Yep.
on reservation land,
Yep.
at a dispensary and tasting lounge, and at all the things that were like, that is awesome.
Yes.
So then you see more participation on a Facebook event,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of if it was 3 weeks, made 3 weeks ahead of time or not.
Or 7 days before.
You just know, like, in this day and age with Facebook events, that like even your most popular events these days are relatively lowly RSVP'd for on Facebook. It's been like that for a long time. Cannabis industry aside, I'm talking about
Sure, just general events
Facebook
like
events in general.
farmers market, whatever, art market, things of
Yeah,
that nature.
participating, letting people know you're going.
Yeah.
That used to be more popular. Hey everybody, Stephen with Canna Connect, taking a quick minute to shout out today's sponsor, CEE. That is the Center for Energy and Environment. If you're not familiar with CEE, they're your one-stop shop for all lighting rebates. If you are in XL Energy territory and you're a micro business, CEE is somebody that you need to talk to. Give Brad a call, give Tony a call, go online, one-stop shop, LED lighting rebates. They'll help take care of up to 60% of the costs associated with your grow and your build-out with the lighting. Really nice people, great people to work with, huge sponsors of Canna Connect, and give them a shout. That's CEE, Center for Energy and Environment. Yeah, to your suggestion, LinkedIn events is probably a relatively newer feature. However, because we're utilizing panelists, and there's 4 speaking opportunities throughout the day at Canna Connect Brainerd on July 30th, get your tickets, then
Let's go.
we're leaning into LinkedIn event. And I like that folks are accepting the invitation. It makes it easy to share with their network. It lets them share with their network that they're speaking at this event.
Yeah.
To me, it's a great fit. There's still a little more room for us to utilize Eventbrite and social media,
Sure.
which we haven't done specifically. And then I also think Eventbrite ads do well on Instagram if you have great pictures from your events, so just really show people like
Well, the thing, we always hire professional photographers and videographers at all of our events, so it's not like we're short on the content.
That has been something where it's like, man, this train has taken off and we are just going to continue doing it, because the idea of not having a photographer at an event is like,
well, we didn't have one at our, first, well, maybe not first, but the event that we just went to, the Anong Native Cannabis Co. event, where me, you, and Luke headed up.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
Well, we considered it, but like traveling with a photographer is another level up. But since 710, since the Back Channel Brewing Cocoa Flow collaboration, where Jesse Frost doubled as our professional photographer that day, like that has been, since for the last year, we've had professional photography at all of our
events. At everything that we do, whether it's our hosted or you guys are going somewhere to, well, where did you guys go when you went up north? Didn't you go for a day? No. Tribal.
Oh, well, yeah, we traveled with Darton, but that was a Canna connection in the sense of like Red Lake was looking for a photographer. We recommended Darton. We knew Darton, so we traveled together.
Oh, perfect.
But no, I mean, that's essentially where we're getting to. But yeah, for the rest of the year, as far as what we have planned, we have Canna Connect Brainerd on July 30th.
Yep.
And we have Canna Connect Duluth on October 15th.
Yes.
And that's all that's on our schedule. And I'm okay with that. I guess we can share on this podcast that we are doing the Lucky Leave after party in February, the last official Lucky Leave after party in Minneapolis.
Yep.
There will be no more, at least from us.
And as we all know, everything changes. So we'll see how it goes.
But like I didn't remember saying this to Jacob, but I said this to Jacob on the episode that dropped today, that there should be term limits for national trade shows coming into markets.
Kind of like how long you get to serve?
2 years or 4 years.
Yeah, sure.
And anything over 2027 would be 4 years. So
we were just kind of talking about, the event platforms from Eventbrite, where we platform now. Oh, we were talking about, what's the other one? EventHigh.
EventHigh.io.
EventHigh.io. Like we were talking about that and its integration with other events that are happening in and around the Minnesota cannabis space, as well as like, the tried and true like Facebook events, LinkedIn events. But
And then party full. Have you ever been invited to a party full invitation?
Never.
More popular in the cities than in Two Harbors, but
Yeah.
it is like it's a mix between like an app and a group chat.
Okay.
So it feels a little more neighborly than a.
Oh, sure.
However, it's the B2B play, doesn't it? The business party full doesn't.
Is it different than like Nextdoor? Like the Nextdoor app, where
Yeah,
it's kind of neighborly. It's not an event thing, but
Partyful is more human to human, I guess you could say.
okay, sure.
Less of a platform to me.
Yeah.
But and then there's a nonprofit based event ticketing platform that gives back.
Yeah.
Humantix.
Oh, sure, right.
But we're really happy on Eventbrite, and as we've ensured that our events are compliant and continue to make sure that our events are compliant, then there's less risk with using Eventbrite.
Right.
But when in 2023 and 2024, when we were having samples and things like that at the events,
it was a different game. Different game when we were running.
Right.
So where I wanted to go with that was you said we got a couple events coming up. We have Canna Connect Brainerd here at the end of July. We have Canna Connect Duluth coming up mid-October. Like let's open those up a little bit. Let's unpack those a little bit. So let's talk Canna Connect Brainerd, right? You concepted this thing that is beyond the traditional cannabis industry conference, which we're no strangers to those. We throw the official after parties, the unofficial after parties, the late night parties, whatever you want to call it, for Lucky Leaf, NECAN, CannaCon. Canna Connect Brainerd harkens a little bit back to the OG Canna Connect 1, 2, 3, 4 days, right? A little bit with some of our new age education, platforming, paneling, talking about like our Canna Connect with Metric event, where you were like, hey, we're not just going to do a panel of like 6 people. Spence, you got to moderate it. I'm like, sick, but it's going to be different. We're going to have 1 person in, then we're going to have 2, then we're going to have 4, then we're going to switch out 2 and bring 2 others in and have this like round robin, like banging it out thing. Like the conversation is always flowing. It's never stale. It's not just one mic, one person, presentation deck behind me, 60 minutes, platform, go.
Yeah. I mean, that would be an event that's hard to duplicate, the Canna Connect with Metric.
Yes.
I mean, we could do it again in December. Metric would have to call us back, but like,
do business with people that call you back.
And we only do business with people who call us back.
Literally.
So that idea was great, and I'm glad we did it. I still don't fully know how we're going to do the panelist stuff. But
Sure.
The biggest thing that we've accomplished recently is that we've secured all 4 pods.
And these community pods that you developed. You developed this idea.
A room within a room. Yeah. So it's how these national shows, you've got these large, way too big expo halls, and then you have these small, super under-attended breakout rooms.
Yep.
And they're too far apart, and there's not enough people there to justify all the space. And so then you end up missing out, and the panels aren't recorded, so you then can't go back and watch them.
Right.
So there's like an element of FOMO, but then they don't do a good enough job marketing their own expos so that people don't show up, and there's really not necessarily FOMO. The only people that get FOMO are the people that are in the industry, that are connected, that scramble to put on something to build within the larger trade show, but then the attendees aren't there, and so you end up organizing with people, but you don't get what you wanted out of it because it's not that well attended, and that's how these shows have been for the last year.
Yeah, and now granted, I do have to preface with, or tail that with, those things work to the degree that they do, and also we have to give a lot of kudos to those types of events because we, as Canna Connect, have directly attached like a barnacle on a ship to them. And they have heavily benefited Canna Connect, regardless if they work for people, they don't work for people, they're heavily attended, they're not attended, the breakout rooms are far away, they're not recorded, c'est la vie, right? That's why Canna Connect Brainerd, on the other hand, is a spin on the whole idea, and that's where the community pods came in, right? Connect, educate, learn, grow, 4 brands per pod, the Sweet 16.
And it's curated within the room so that you can hang out there for a while and you're not just talking to one brand at a time. and then awkwardly walking past the next brand. And then,
Yeah.
because we're not creating competition within the space, we're creating curation, and we're going back to what we held our hats on in 2023, which was connect, educate, learn, and grow. Getting back to that expo and showcase, we've moved off of the showcase. We've heavily considered how can we showcase new cultivars and new cultivators. However, we're not there yet. We don't believe that the market needs that. And we're not ready to hold the cannabis events license and go all in on flower and the inevitable sales that come with that. So what this is one room. If you think back to the early days of the wilderness, the expo was in one place.
Yep.
And then the panels were in another room. With the room that we're utilizing, the Northern Pacific Center, we're building 4 additional rooms inside of the one room.
Right, with these movable walls. They're like 12-foot walls. They're like 8 feet tall. So they're like hybrid rooms within this event space. There's like these 4 pod rooms, but yet they're not like a breakout room that is really, really far away. You have to go walk to it. You miss other things going on. And we have it as a traveling sort of circus kind of idea where each sort of like makeshift room doesn't have like 4 pop-up tents for each brand, and they have their tables and they're standing behind their tables and they're, doing the song and dance like a regular trade show. No. We've said no tents, no big tables, no tablecloths. We're going to take the 2 10-foot tables. We're going to smash them against the wall. Sure, you can put your stickers out and your pamphlets, and you can put your retractable stand-up banner up if you want, for sure.
Yep.
But when you come into that pod room and there's a couple high-top pub tables you can stand around, the conversations are meant to be more intimate, right? You talk about, you called them community pods for a reason, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build community. It's not standing behind the table and just watching people walk by. Yeah, you can take a Tootsie Roll, no worries. Yeah, you can have a sticker, that's cool, right? This is inviting conversation. And then, to take it to the next phase of what this whole thing is about is, yes, we're platforming these pods, but then during the day, we're taking a whole pod and we're putting them out in the main part of the room, which is literally just behind these stanchion walls, open air, industrial building. You can hear everything happening. So even if you are in a pod talking to a pod group, there is a panel going on in the main portion of the area of the room that one of the pods is out there up on stage being moderated by myself, Natalie, Luke, Elizabeth Sage of the Ganjier Guild. And that panel is happening and everyone in the space and place can hear it. It's not going to be like overly loud. It's not going to be a concert.
Yeah, we want 150 people there. That's our goal. We're halfway there. We're going to get there. I heard from somebody yesterday that they're coming from like hours and hours away within Minnesota. They just got their transporter license.
Oh yeah.
And they're sending their team. And so and today we saw a pre-license group sign up, and they're preparing to get their license for hash making. And this event is in Brainerd, right? So if you're within a drive of Brainerd and you're a pre-licensee or a licensee, you should be attending this event. And we have great partners. We have the Connect Pod, which is Comcast Business, Curate, Dutchy, and Solink. We have the Educate Pod, which is Surfside, Thrive Agritech. We have Corey Lake from World Insurance.
Gotta love Corey Lake.
As well
There's surprises with Corey Lake. Don't tell everyone.
Yeah, no, there's
always a good pop-up somewhere with Corey Lake.
You mentioned the Ganjier Guild. They'll be a part of the Educate Pod as well.
Yes,
Elizabeth Sage. Then we go into the Learn Pod. And there's a lot of folks that could fit into the Learn Pod because there's been a lot of learnings.
It's pretty much all anybody's been doing right now. Like Jacob Buffelt, Frostbite Dispensary, was just on the cast, just launched, and literally, I listened to things. It's all just like about his learnings and his trials and tribulations over the last couple of years to connect with humans and cultivators and growers, and then to open his dispensary, etc. But you already unpacked that conversation with him.
I mean, at some point, we'd love to have dispensary operators a part of these conversations. In fact, we do. We have Tom Smith from Trailhead
Cannabis Go. Trailhead Tom.
Trailhead community, man. Tom is building something special up north. Find your trail. We have
Ranger Flint.
Ranger Flint. Ranger Flint will be on a panel. And if you haven't met Tom, that is a reason why you should come to Canna Connect Brainerd. Really, like the Learn panel, if you can only make it for a half day, make sure you're there 1 o'clock, get a little bit of lunch. Panel starts at
Taco bar.
yeah, taco bar. Yeah, lunch from 12 to 1:30. Make sure you get your ticket, make it to lunch, meet some folks, come sit for the Learn panel, and then the breakouts from there are going to be great. So we have Learn and Grow. We have Beyond the Pines Tax and Accounting joining us. We have Trailhead Cannabis Company.
Yep.
We also have Adams Independent
Testing. Nice. That was our 16th. They
Yeah.
made it sweet.
Yes, they made the bracket. And then who else is joining us in Learn?
Why can't I remember?
We have the
Phone a friend.
the Grow panel is much easier for me to remember.
Yeah.
The
We'll bring it full circle.
we wanted the OCM. We wanted a lot of folks in the Learn panel. No, it's okay.
Keep going.
We're gonna solve this right here. It's Trailhead, Beyond the Pines, Adams Independent Testing, and Local 49.
Oh, that okay. Of course, those guys are gonna give us hell now.
The silent but useful folks from Local 49. They're not outwardly talking about cannabis. They have a membership meeting tonight, and they serve 15,000 members across multiple industries. Cannabis is a small part of what they do right now, but it's important to talk to Local 49 if you're planning on growing within the cannabis industry, within the space. They can provide benefits, they can provide representation, and Benjamin Mike probably will never watch this episode, but we're
gonna show them the clip though.
Yeah.
We should clip it out.
Of course, we couldn't do this without Local 49.
Literally.
Grow-wise, though, it's awesome. It's late leaf cultivation. I learned from Travis earlier today, they have one of the 5th largest cultivation facilities in America.
Whoa. Top 5?
Top 5 size.
23rd state. Top 5.
No, USA.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like 23rd state, top 5 in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like largest cultivation facilities. Of all the time in space, all these other cultivation facilities have been alive.
And now
here we are.
And with Virginia, there's 25.
Whoa.
So now half the states have either a medical or a recreational cannabis program.
Look at that.
We're at the tipping point. TSR Grow, lake leaf cultivation, what rebates?
What?
Rebates. And the last grower is?
We got lake leaf cultivation in there. North Star Cultivation.
Another new group.
Yes. Helping out the crew up in Brainerd.
Right.
It's
if you need an example of can North Star Cultivation help your business, look no further than Trailhead Cannabis Company.
Yeah.
Nolan Russell is on site there.
The Russell brothers.
Helping them through the first grow.
I want a sidebar.
Yeah.
Because I just was thinking about Nolan and his brother, the Russell brothers. And what I haven't told them yet, hopefully they're watching this randomly. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
But I want to tell them in real life here, coming up in a couple of weeks, that my first name is Spencer. My last name is Ploessl. And my dad wanted to name me Russell. And my mom was like, Russell Ploessl? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. How about no?
You wouldn't have made it to the age that you were when I met you had you been named Russell Ploessl.
Probably not.
You would have died.
But now nobody can forget my last name because nobody knows how to pronounce my last name.
Right.
But if you just remember Russell.
I'm just wondering, has anyone ever thought your last name was Russ? Like Russell?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just think like that's a terrible name, but I mean, good on.
But it's a great last name for guys like Nolan and Brandon at North Star.
Like rhyming names, like you're really taking a chance if your name rhymes.
Yeah. It's kind of like having 2 first names,
right,
as your first and last name.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nolan and Brandon from North Star Cultivation Supply are really the local plug, and they built a great network of cultivation brands like Athena, Fluence, Coco Core. and they can deliver products for cultivators across the Midwest. They're doing it in Minnesota. They're doing it in states outside of Minnesota, Colorado. They're growing a footprint, and they've got a great network. So working with North Star Cultivation Supply is really a long time in the making. They were interested in CannaCon after party, but it wasn't the right fit for them.
Yeah, not yet.
Canna Connect Brainerd is a fit for those that are still trying to figure it out. They're still working on getting off the ground.
Yep.
And that's why we have pre-licensee tickets as well as licensee tickets, as well as GA. But once the GA sells out, we're going to start selling tickets.
Yep, it's got to go up, and that's the game. Like, to be completely honest, you know, people ask us, like, well, actually, people don't really ask. Some ask, like, well, why are you going there? Like, you guys are pretty much concentrated, you know, down in Twin Cities Metro, like, isn't it? But what's interesting is a lot of people don't know, unless you really, really do know us, is that, like, Stephen and Natalie are down here in the Twin Cities, but I myself am up on the North Shore, and Luke is up in Brainerd. So, like, we do have a good portion of the northern area covered right now, which is why you're seeing us activate Canna Connect Brainerd, Canna Connect Duluth this year, because we need to. There's a whole area. Northern Minnesota is huge, and southern Minnesota is huge. Yeah, right. Just wait, 2027 is coming in hot and fast. Yeah, you know, southern activation in Minnesota is on the docket. That's what this team is starting to concept and conceive. But more so, what I was getting at is that people are like, "Thank you, thank you for coming north," because some people that live Brainerd, Duluth, North Shore, etc., they'll drive a couple hours, come down to the Twin Cities when there's events, whether it be a Canna Connect event or some cannabis-related event. But for the people that it takes them 4 to 6 hours to get to the Twin Cities, those people never show up to events down there. So
Brainerd is halfway up. Brainerd is central Minnesota. We've adopted up north because it's convenient and it's kitschy to say I'm up north because there's beautiful cabins and beautiful lakes in Brainerd and the Brainerd area. Brainerd is not north.
No.
Compared to...
Brainerd is central.
How far does it take you to get to Brainerd?
It takes me 3 hours to get to Brainerd from the North Shore to travel all the way across.
Yep. And if you go all the way up to Bemidji...
Oh, yeah.
That's
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids has a growing cannabis base. There's businesses. There will be a Canna Connect Grand Rapids.
Keep going all the way up. Keep going.
What goes from there?
Well, I mean, like international, you know, and falls, etc. But then go all the way over to go to like Moorhead. And then soon as our neighbors to the west, you know, Fargo, etc., that game will slowly trickle.
We've talked about Canna Connect Moorhead. It is a hike.
Yeah.
You cannot be designing Canna Connect Moorhead from the Twin Cities.
Right.
Which is why we're so happy to partner with Adams Independent Testing.
Yes.
And they are going to be a great partner, and they're going to serve the greater northwestern market. They're understanding that there aren't a lot of cannabis businesses up there, but every month and every year forward, there will be more cannabis businesses for the next couple of years.
And there's a lot of cultivators and a lot of growers north.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's going to be less retail shops, just naturally because of population. Yeah. There are going to be dispensaries and retail locations up north.
On highways.
Yes. But for the most part, like it's going to be a lot of cultivators and wholesale, you know, growers.
Yeah, you'll have your town cannabis store like Tiuna Cannabis.
Yeah.
Coda's opening something in Hibbing.
Who do I need to stop by that's closer to Mora?
Well,
that you told me about Northern Lights?
Northern.
Isn't that who's near?
Yeah, Northern Lights is in Mora.
Yeah. Because they came to one of our didn't they come to Evolving? I don't know. It doesn't matter either way. But like they attended, and like I was like, oh my gosh, I was literally just in your neck of the woods and I didn't stop by. And they were like,
oh,
whoosh,
right. Oh, I didn't know that story.
Swing through.
Coconut Cannabis is in Bemidji.
Okay, yeah. Great.
And then, you know, we were at the tribal businesses and the tribal lands are going to be great places for cannabis events.
Yeah.
We got to experience that at Anong Dispensary and
on 710.
Carlton on 710 at Black Bear Casino.
It's literally right behind Black Bear Casino.
Yeah.
Off of 35W going north.
But then they also have a dispensary somewhere else, close by there.
Yeah.
That
you
stopped at.
That I stopped at. So that's just north in Cloquet.
Yep.
And so that's their like dispensary.
And then they're going to add Duluth.
And then they're going to add one in Duluth as well, right behind Fawn Duluth, their casino, downtown Duluth. Wow. So they'll have that shop, which will be dispensary. Then they'll have their shop in Cloquet, and then they also have their tasting room, dispensary, and lounge
Yeah.
right by Black Bear, which is such an amazing thing that's happening, and it's going to carve a path that I believe will be a level of an adoption for what other space. And I understand that in the Minnesota Indoor Clean Air Act, I get that, right?
But tribes can get around it if they're on sovereign land.
Yeah, yes, of course. But I think that model that they're launching could help incubate how to do it beyond.
Wow.
And how it works. And I don't know how it's going to work, but that's the best part about.
If you're gonna, it's almost like hemp, where the lounge is the Anong dispensary and tasting lounge is showcasing anyone who's listening and those who are going to still find out that you can have safe, clean, and enjoyable cannabis consumption indoors without violating people's personal space.
Right. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Full stop, like period.
And like hemp showed folks that THC is okay in small doses. These don't have to be giant places for them to be effective.
Right.
It's
not like you need a pickleball warehouse.
Yeah. This isn't pickleball. and these tribes there's a lot we can learn from the tribes. Some of them have shown that their initial dispensary is just a small building,
literally,
and they're selling flower, and they're not carrying a bunch of other stuff.
Yep.
We're working with Lake Leaf, and they've just added gummies. But for a while they were selling vapes and flower, and mostly flower. So what I like about the Minnesota's cannabis market is that they've given a chance for people to get their foot in the door with a micro license.
Yep.
And you don't need to utilize all 5,000 square feet. You can start with 1,500 square feet and reach out to CE if you're in Xcel Energy territory. But you can double and then go to 5,000. And then now with the latest laws, since I've talked to you on the show, there's a path for micros to convert to mesos. There's a path for mesos to convert to macros.
Yep.
And they're all still under 50,000 square feet. So they're not massive facilities.
Right.
Now, we were talking about the tribes. The tribes don't have that same, they don't have to adhere to that as well.
Yeah.
But we've also seen thus far that just because you can have a huge cultivation doesn't mean you're going to grow the best cannabis.
Definitely not. Yeah. So, all right, let's transition a little bit from, unpacking our events. Like Duluth is, like I said, Duluth is kind of on docket.
Well, that's because you did such a good job coordinating networking on the North Shore.
Cannabis and community, baby.
Tell us about that event.
Yeah, so we held last year, September 17th, 2025, an event in Two Harbors, Minnesota at Castle Danger Brewing Company on their patio. And we lucked out. September, late back half of September, up on the North Shore can be 37 degrees and chilly and rainy. We lucked out, got a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And shit, I think it literally was 5 to 8 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was it 3 hours? It was September 17th.
September 17th.
September 17th. The leaves and the colors were all changing. Everybody comes up to the North Shore to visit that. But we held this thing. The whole idea and concept was how do we harvest a community of like-minded individuals in the cannabis space up north, on the North Shore specifically, between Duluth and Grand Marais. And yes, of course, inland as well, or if other people from around the area. Shit, we had people drive over from Brainerd. Remember? That's 3 hours. Okay. We have people come up from the Twin Cities to get to Two Harbors. That's also 3 hours.
Being that it was a free event.
Yes.
That the percentage of people that attended the Networking on the North Shore event actually showed up.
So at Canna Connect, normally we think, 40-50% attendance rate based on RSVP is pretty solid.
Half the people don't show up if there's a free ticket.
Okay, this was a free event on the North Shore. We had 70 to 80% attendance rate of RSVPs.
Yeah, it was way better. And we've since had conversations with Park State Bank, and there's a confidence that the Duluth market is missing community.
They're ready.
Yes.
They're ready for an activation. They've had activations, right? Legacy, Cannabis,
Northern Haze Festival.
and Bent Paddle have held the Northern Haze Festival
Yep.
for a couple of years. Rest in peace. You know,
No, it's
longer a
coming
thing.
back. It's
Oh,
coming
you
back.
got insider information. It's coming back. Look at this guy. Knows everything, apparently, which is
Ah.
good because he's Stephen Eigenmann.
Yeah.
Canna Connect.
But
he is the Canna.
First, there's Canna Connect Duluth.
First, there's Canna Connect Duluth on October 15th, 2026, coming up in a short few months. And we have a lot of ideas. But
Sure.
we know that it's going to run the gamut of, again, cannabis and community, because that's what Duluth and the Twin Ports and the North Shore area is hungry for. They're hungry for that level of community activity and involvement.
And this time we're going to have vendors.
Yes.
But we're not going to have unlimited amount of vendors. We're going to have select, curated vendors. If you're interested in learning more about Canna Connect Duluth, reach out to one of us and get in touch.
Get in our DMs.
Lighting, growing, we definitely want to cover that. There's a huge homegrown market in Minnesota, especially in the north. We believe that we can still tap into that. We can't forget about the home growers.
Yep. A cultivation celebration.
Cultivation celebration.
Expo.
All right. Well, if you're still watching
Conscious
this,
compliant consumption.
crack a green standard. If you haven't picked up a green standard yet, reach out to our website. You can find where they're sold. You can get them at Earl Giles every Wednesday at Canna Club.
Yeah, tonight we're going.
Yeah, if you're still watching, say hi to Spencer at Canna Club
Come to
tonight.
Canna Club at Earl Giles tonight. I'll be there, slamming some green standards in a very, very conscious way.
Yeah. Well, this was great. I'm looking forward to Brainerd.
Get it?
I'm looking forward to Duluth as well.
It's good to be back on the show. Like, it feels like, forever sometimes, but we're so part of it, right? All of this is one, but like to be here, sitting here, chopping it up about what we've got going on, what we've done, what we're doing. I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah. No, absolutely. This is your first time in studio this year.
Whew. And we're already at the
And even at Lucky Leaf,
July.
it was only for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was just tight.
I'm looking forward to Jake Gleason from Dutchie.
Yes. It's gonna be good.
His headshot that we need.
Yeah.
Let's take it from Mesfin.
Oh, sure.
All of his other ones, he's a professional goalkeeper.
Yes. All right, we'll get it. Mesfin's got us.
Huge thank you to our partners with Canna Connect. We have an amazing lineup. Connect, educate, learn, and grow. It's not about the brands, it's about the people. Spencer tells me that.
Every time.
And it's human to human. It's one room, one space. There's plenty of space. There's plenty of parking.
We're going to hang out afterwards. There's going to be a seafood broil at Notch 8.
Yeah.
Which we're not hosting that. That's just like what's already happening on Thursday night at Notch 8. Seafood broil and live music. So we're all going to go kick it for the rest of the evening. Come up for the whole weekend. It's Brainerd Lakes at the end of July. It's going to be beautiful.
It is. I'm thinking about bringing my whole family. It's gonna be a fun time. Let's get up to Brainerd, July 30th. Tickets on Eventbrite. We'll see you there. Cheers.